Kenya's 2027 political race is beginning to take shape, and new alliances are forming quietly but decisively, and emerging signals suggest possible shift in opposition strategy. A potential political alliance between Kalonzo-Sifuna and Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna has been suggested by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta, and now it's emerging as a surprise option within the opposition as leaders continue consultations on a unified ticket to challenge President William Ruto in the 2027 general elections. As Kenya edges closer to the 2027 general elections, the political atmosphere is steadily building. And while the ruling side appears settled under President William Ruto, the opposition remains in a phase of intense internal consultation. No official flag bearer has been announced, no final coalition structure has been confirmed, but behind the closed doors, discussions are ongoing and new possibilities are beginning to emerge. One of the most notable developments is the growing speculation around Kalonzo-Sifuna and Edwin Sifuna ticket. The possibility comes at a time when opposition leaders are under increasing pressure to present a united front. A fragmented opposition risks repeating past outcomes. A unified ticket, however, could significantly reshape the political landscape. The conversation gained momentum following recent political activity involving former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta has in recent weeks reemerged into visible political engagements, and his presence at key events including a high-level closed-door meeting with opposition leaders after the burial of the Senator Daniel Karaba has drawn attention. These meetings are being interpreted as part of the broader efforts to consolidate opposition forces ahead of the 2027. At the center of this shifting dynamic is the Linda Mwananchi movement, and this faction, which has been gaining traction across the country, is increasingly seen as a critical piece in the opposition puzzle, and leading this movement is Edwin Sifuna. Sifuna has over recent months built significant political momentum, and his rallies have drawn large crowds. His messaging has resonated with sections of the electorate. This rise comes despite internal party challenges, including attempts to remove him from the position of the Secretary General rather than weaken his position. These developments appear to have strengthened his public profile. Across multiple regions, Sifuna has positioned himself as a mobilizer, a voice connecting grassroots concerns to national political strategy. Reports indicate that his activities have not gone unnoticed by key political figures. There are indications that he has been working closely with Uhuru Kenyatta, and this cooperation is believed to include logistical and strategic support for Linda Mwananchi rallies, and such developments suggest a recalibration within the opposition. Early indications pointed to the former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i as a possible central figure in Uhuru's political strategy. However, the current momentum appears to be shifting, and Sifuna's growing influence and ability to mobilize support may have altered calculations. Political observers now suggest that Uhuru Kenyatta could be reconsidering his options and placing increased focus on emerging leaders who demonstrate grassroots appeal. And within this evolving landscape, one message remains consistent among opposition figures: the need for unity. Sifuna himself has emphasized that defeating President William Ruto will require coordinated effort. A fragmented approach, he has indicated, could only divide votes and weaken the opposition's chances. His position reflects a broad understanding within opposition ranks, and that success in 2027 will depend not just on candidates but on cohesion. This aligns with ongoing efforts to bring Linda Mwananchi into the broader united opposition framework, and at this stage, its inclusion is no longer seen as uncertain. Instead, it is increasingly viewed as inevitable. Attention is now shifting to how these different political formations will merge and under what structure they will contest the election. Within Azimio la Umoja, restructuring efforts are also underway, and the Suba North Member of Parliament Karoli Omondi, now serving as Secretary General of the coalition, has outlined a strategic direction for 2027. His remarks point to a shift in how leadership positions will be determined, and according to Omondi, communities that have consistently supported Raila Odinga will play a central role in shaping the next ticket. This marks a departure from previous electoral alignments and signals an attempt to redefine political partnerships. He has also emphasized the importance of generational balance, and the 2027 ticket, he suggests, will represent both experience and youthful energy, a combination aimed at broadening appeal across the electorate. At the same time, political symbolism is playing an important role, and recent interactions between Uhuru Kenyatta and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua have added another layer to the unfolding story. Their meeting in Kirinyaga and the messaging that followed has been interpreted as a signal of potential realignments. The use of shared political language and the symbolism suggests an effort to connect with the grassroots sentiments. And according to Karoli Omondi, such alignments could significantly influence voter numbers. He has expressed the confidence that a united and a unified opposition could command up to 16 million votes. While this remains an estimate, it reflects the level of ambition within opposition ranks. Meanwhile, Kalonzo-Sifuna continues to position himself as a central figure in the coalition-building efforts. He has proposed the use of Azimio la Umoja as a primary political vehicle for the 2027 rather than creating a new coalition from scratch. There are also suggestions that the coalition could undergo rebranding, with the name Komboa Kenya being considered as part of the renewed political identity. Kalonzo has also spoken about the importance of mentorship within the opposition. He has acknowledged Edwin Sifuna's political growth and also indicated willingness to guide and support his leadership journey. This relationship is notable, and Sifuna is widely seen as having been shaped by the political influence of Raila Odinga, a factor that adds to his credibility within opposition circles. However, not all voices are aligned on the potential Kalonzo-Sifuna ticket. Some political analysts also have raised the concerns about Sifuna taking a deputy role. Among them is a political analyst, Herman Manyora, who has argued that Sifuna's current momentum may position him for a higher office. These perspectives reflect ongoing debates within the opposition and debates that are likely to continue as the election draws closer. At this stage, no official announcement has been made, but the signals are becoming clearer. Consultations are intensifying, alliances are forming, and strategic decisions are taking shape. For many Kenyans, the outcome of these discussions will be critical, and the 2027 election is not just about leadership, it is about direction, about unity, and about the ability of political actors to respond to public expectations. As the opposition works to consolidate its position, the choices made in the coming months will define its strength. A united front could present a formidable challenge, a divided one could struggle to gain ground. For now, the focus remains on negotiations, on alignment, and on the search for a ticket that can bring together diverse political interests under one banner. As 2027 approaches, the question is no longer whether alliances will form, but whether they will hold strong enough to shape the future of Kenya. That is all for today from Kenya Lens Media, and kindly, if you are new here, consider subscribing, liking and sharing our content. Equally, you can hit the notification bell, turn it on, so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring in new content.